We are not even halfway through yet, but there are just so many doors. Look how gorgeous it looks. You're quite a big deer actually. I feel more zen here than I felt zen at the Zen temple. Good morning. It's the next day. We are still at this beautiful ryokan here in Kyoto, Japan. Last night we slept pretty well on the futon beds. It was a little bit hot, but we do have aircon. We just chose not to use it in the night. They were actually quite comfortable though, the beds. And this morning we've woken up at 8 AM with a wonderful breakfast that was arrived into our room, and it's a full-on traditional Japanese breakfast. There's so many things on the table, from salmon, from rice, from salads, from teas, and just a lot of different things. We're about to try them. Amazing time. So we've got a chopstick here, we've got a salmon each. We seem to have some eggs over there, soup, aubergine perhaps, some salads. Can't remember what this was. Do you remember? Just some, we don't really know. Potatoes perhaps, and some bonito flakes with tofu. And also in here we've got a bowl of rice. So rice for breakfast. Well, breakfast was really nice. I don't think I've ever had such a full breakfast before. We had so many different items, from salmon to soup. The soup was actually clam soup, and I tried my very first clam, which was alright. I wouldn't say I was blown away by it or anything, but I didn't hate it either. It was just fine. They had rice on the table. The tea was really lovely. I've become a tea drinker since coming to Japan, and this was like a roasted kind of tea. My cousin was a big fan of it. I had only one cup, but it was lovely. In fact, like I said, the whole breakfast was really nice. I'm really glad that we got to try it. We're going to have the same breakfast tomorrow morning. Like I said, very much a traditional Japanese breakfast. And then right now it's about 9:15 AM. And we're waiting for our tour guide to come and pick us up. We're going to be going on a full day tour of not just Kyoto but areas around it. We do want to go to Nara. I think that's one of the stops that the tour bus is going to make. Nara. We're also going to go to Fushimi Temple, which I've heard really amazing things. I've always wanted to visit. It looks beautiful. So yeah, we're going to go to a couple of temples around Kyoto, in Kyoto. We're just going to let our tour guide do what he thinks is best for us. Try and make the most of the one day that we have, to be honest, because this is our only full day in Kyoto. I would advise you, like I know now, that if I ever come back, I would like to spend at least 3 or 4 full days in Kyoto to be able to actually make the most of it. But we're trying our best with the short amount of time that we have, and I think we're going to be able to fit in quite a lot, hopefully. How cool is it though to have had our breakfast over there? This is where we slept last night. Make sure you check out the rest of my vlogs. I have a whole series on Japan and Tokyo Disney as well. And then on this side, when we woke up, we had this view. Obviously the curtains were drawn, but when we undrew them, I guess, we saw this beautiful Japanese garden, and we actually fell asleep with the sounds of nature, because really it's such a quiet place. You could only really hear a couple of, maybe, I guess, I don't really know, insects, and also there's a bit of a waterfall going on as well. So it was really lovely. Just unfortunately a little bit too hot. It is the summer months. It's August of 2023 as I'm filming this, and Japan has been extremely hot. In Kyoto we've had excessive heat warning, which is a lot. It's like 32 degrees right now, and it's 9 AM. It's just humid as well. That's the main problem. If it wasn't humid, it would be more bearable, but it's like 75% humidity levels, which makes it difficult. They do have aircon here. We've actually turned it on now, but even with aircon, it's not really making that much of a difference, to be honest. But either way, we chose to come here in the summer. We knew what we were putting ourselves in, and like I said, we're excited to go and explore a little bit of Kyoto and the areas around it. So let's go. We have arrived at our first stop, which is Nara Park. It's full of deers, and I just found out that according to Shinto, I guess tradition, Nara deer used to be like known as the messengers of the gods, and once upon a time during ancient times, killing them was punishable by death, which is...
And here are 1,200
of them here.
Deers, yeah.
1,200 of deers here at Nara Park. So we're gonna go and say hi to them. Apparently they bow to you. I can smell them already. And then maybe even feed them. So you can buy some food for the deer over here. It gives you the rules as well, a polite request from the deer when feeding them. Little kids should be accompanied with an adult. Don't keep us waiting, give us the food. Thank you so much. My aunt just gave me some food for them. Be mindful of other deer around you, and I guess watch out for your belongings as well. So there you go, loads of deers around. I guess we're gonna go and feed them.
Yeah, 나도 돼.
I don't think I've ever seen this many deer in one place before. There's plenty of them and they're so polite for the most part. Like, they just want their food. They're not bothering anybody. They just are chilling here, enjoying their lives whilst people feed them. It's cute. You okay, little deer? You're quite a big deer, actually. It's so funny how quickly they grab the food and eat them. We got 2 sets of food and straight away. And we were told by the tour guide it's probably best to like half them, but some of them just take the whole thing. Adorable. Well, that was it. That was Nara Park. We spent maybe about 5-10 minutes there. The deer was so cute. They're so polite, so respectful. They love the food.
Oh, it was really beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice. And as soon as they realize that you've got food, yeah, there's one just crossing this little street area. There's shops over, there's restaurants. They just chill. They're very chill. But as soon as they realize you do have the food, so many of them come towards you, don't they? And you have no chance to even figure out what's happening before the food is out of your mouth. Oh my god, yeah, there's so many here.
Yeah.
One is literally coming to us. Look, he's posing. I know he's posing for the camera. It's almost like maybe he's a future vlogger. Who knows? Next to Nara Park, they also have a temple here. It's called the Todaiji Temple. And Nara actually is a city in itself in a way, and it used to be the very first capital of Japan. Todaiji Temple also holds the record for the largest wooden structure in the world, which is pretty awesome. We're going to go and check it out now. Well, Nara was beautiful and the temple was astonishing. We have come to our next stop now, which is Fushimi Inari Tashima. You can kind of see the entrance of it there behind me. This is in South Kyoto, and apparently it was built in the 8th century. That's a long time ago. This is the Shinto temple, and apparently the messenger of the goddess here is a fox. Inari used to be a name of a mountain, maybe still is, which is why it's in the name Fushimi Inari. And this is the famous temple here that has so many torii gates. The torii gates are basically these red gates, which apparently, according to our tour guide, I guess once you go through them you become holy, so it's to separate unholiness with holiness. And here they've got over 10,000 of these red torii gates, which is so cool. We're excited to go and check them out. So you can see the map over there. Apparently this is only just half of it. We're obviously not going to have time to walk through every single torii gate, but we're going to see some of them. And we've already seen the temple, the main temple over here, the main shrine. Everything just looks stunning. We are not even halfway through yet, but there are just so many doors. As I said, 10,000 in total apparently, and each of them, according to our tour guide, is donated or I guess sponsored by a company here in Japan. Let's say donated. And so yeah, it's cool to see them all. You can hear the insects everywhere. We are now slowly but surely making our way down. I did ask our lovely tour guide as to how far up did we actually go. She said maybe about halfway up. Then she said maybe more like so. We did pretty well, to be fair. If we wanted to go all the way up, it would have just taken too much time out of our one day in Kyoto, and we want to try and hopefully, you know, get to some other shrines as well before the end of the day. I think we're going here for lunch. They seem to have loads of different udons and different kinds of ramens over there. This is fried beans.
Inari sushi is very famous.
Apparently this is very, very famous here. Fried bean stuffed with sushi rice. This is an Inari sushi. You can see them just kind of here on the side. So this is very much a Japanese style restaurant. You can see we've had to take our shoes off. We're sitting on the floor, very similar to what we've been doing actually in our ryokan. But this is the English menu. They've got some Inari sushis, maki sushis, different kinds of sushis over here. And then I think they also have a couple of other things. So you can get combination plates, you can get a bunch of tempura stuff, noodles and soup. I think I'm going to go for this one, the oyako donburi, which is a rice bowl. It's chicken bowl cooked with eggs. Sounds pretty good. They've also just served us some kind of tea, which my aunt just had and she said it was lovely. Apparently it's cold. And actually you can see here on the menu as well, it says that the noodle is normally hot, but during the summer months they serve the udon and soba cold because they don't want to make us even hotter. I'm just going to try this iced tea that my aunt enjoyed. Yeah, it tastes a tiny hint of maybe bitterness, but overall it's very flavorless, almost like water. So our food has arrived. My aunt and cousin decided to share some soba ones, noodles, and then this is my bowl over here. It's some chicken with some, I think eggs in there and rice. It looks very hearty, very good. And on the side, I've got some soup, miso soup I believe, and also the Inari sushis are just over there as well. They look really cool and different to any other sushi I've ever had. I'm going to try some of the chicken bowl first. It's really good. It's literally as you would imagine it. Some chicken, some rice, some egg in there. It tastes a little bit cheesy, but it's not cheesy. It's there's no cheese in there as far as I'm aware. I think it's just the egg that has a bit of a cheese flavour to it. I'm going to try the Inari sushi now. My aunt and cousin have tried it already. They said it was pretty good. So it's sweet. It's very sweet. There's some rice in there. The batter around it I think is what makes it special. It's good. Well, this has been delicious, extremely hearty. I'm honestly struggling to finish it. I'm going to try my best though. I'm about to try some of this kori. It's melon flavour, it's cute and green. It's good. It's really good. It's got a bit of a sweetness to it. It's very refreshing for this time of year. And it looks cool as well. We have come to our next temple now. This is the Golden Pavilion, called Kinkakuji, I think, in Japanese. It's a Zen temple, and it's meant to be beautiful. We haven't quite seen it yet. We've just parked there. and we're about to head in. This seems to be the entrance over there. There's a sign that says no smoking. Thankfully we don't smoke. And I'm loving all the grounds and trees already just on the way to the temple. This is a map of the area. That's the Golden Pavilion over there, which is where we're heading to. The whole area surrounding it looks pretty big, to be fair. I think this is where we need to go to get our tickets for the temple. So yeah, we'll book them. You can see the prices. It's 500 yen for an adult or 300 yen for a child under the age of 15. So we've got our tickets. The tickets are really cute. I love how they look. And then each person got given a brochure as well. Apparently there's some English in it. We're just walking on the grounds of the temple now, slowly but surely getting closer to it. We've already spotted the golden roofs of it. I think the top two levels, I suppose, of the temple very much have golden leaves on them. And there it is. Look how gorgeous it looks. Look at all the gold. And apparently gold used to be a symbol of spirituality or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously I'm still learning as I'm going, but it looks really beautiful. Well, the temple is just over there. So many people, tourists alike, are just gathered around it taking photos of it, us included, because it's a thing of beauty. And I think the time that we've come as well, sunset's going to happen in about an hour. And fun fact actually, from my experience, sunset in Japan happens very quickly. They don't really have much of a in-between, like suddenly it just gets dark. So I think in the next hour or so you will see that it gets dark. But the weather's a lot cooler now. I love how peaceful it looks around the temple, and the actual temple, because it's called, like, you can't miss it. It's just like everyone's eyes just goes into it. And apparently it's one of, if not the most photographed temple in Japan. And look at the water around it as well. It just looks so beautiful. And here we go. This is the Golden Pavilion. Well, we saw the Golden Pavilion. It was lovely, it was beautiful. One thing to bear in mind about these tour days, especially if you do a full day tour like we have, and if you visit loads of temples, a lot of walking is involved, so just bear that in mind. We have just been dropped off somewhere incredibly beautiful. Look at that behind me. It's so pretty, so picturesque. And we just told that in front of us there's a bridge that is meant to be one of the oldest bridges in Kyoto. So we're heading towards the bridge right now. We're just making a quick stop at the kimono forest, which you can see a photo of nicely displayed over there. Apparently it kind of got its name based on, as you can imagine, loads and loads of kimonos just being on display around it. I can already see some of it. It looks beautiful. You can see them all over here on every single corner and side. It's almost like you're walking through a wall of kimono designs all around you. It's beautiful. So many of them have such cool designs, like the skeletons on these ones. Oh, my cousin just found a dragon one over there. Yeah, the detail on these kimonos and the way they've displayed them all is stunning. What a beautiful little walkway. And you can hear the sound of water. And I think I've spotted a couple of bamboos as well on that side. Love it. I forgot we were even doing this. Our tour guide was like, no, we're doing the kimono forest first. And we were like, amazing. Apparently there's a pond here as well. It's called the Pond of the Dragon. If you dip your hands into it, you're going to become lucky. Your wishes might be granted. They have so many superstitions here in Japan. It's really cool to learn more about them and about their culture. I think we're about to enter the bamboo forest. It's getting dark, so we'll see how much of it I can show you on the camera, but I think it might be even more atmospheric experiencing it whilst it's getting dark. You can already see some of the bamboos to both of our sides. Look at that, there's somebody taking a photo there. But yeah, this is cool. It seems quite empty as well, this whole forest, so excited to explore it a little bit. Big love and shout out to my mom, by the way. My mom loves bamboos. Mom, look, I'm here in a full-on bamboo forest. More bamboos. There's just bamboos everywhere. I don't know why I'm speaking quietly. I think because the vibe of the forest feels so quiet and peaceful at the moment. I don't want to speak too loudly. the bamboo forest is huge. We just walked some parts of it, basically up the hill over there. Now we're coming back, but there's also other things in this forest. Apparently there's some statues, important things that we could have seen. Unfortunately, the time for our tour is slowly but surely coming to an end, but we got to see it. Still got to spend about, I want to say, half an hour inside the bamboo forest, and even though I thought it was going to be really dark, it's actually not bad. Like, you can see it was so peaceful. I feel more zen here than I felt zen at the Zen temple, I have to be honest. This place looks and feels so lovely and calming and peaceful as well.
Samara's first traditional mochi with red bean paste inside.
In Kyoto.
Yes. How are you?
Oh my god.
It's really weird, right? How is it?
Strange. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
For me, the first second was like really strange, but then I tried some more and I got used to it. Like I ended up liking it, but in a strange way.
It's quite dry, am I mistaken? You can see the red beans in there. I'm so used to the alien mochis.
No, this is
Tokyo,
really
like,
different.
This is so different, yeah. I'm gonna take one more bite. At least we tried it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm jumping in for Samara for a moment because she is dying.
Did they see me for a second? I am here, but I'm on the futon bed.
Yeah, she's not dying. She's
just a little bit worse for wear at the moment.
It's really tired and exhausted. We had a really long day today. We went on a tour and saw pretty much all of Kyoto and also some places outside of Kyoto. We really did a lot.
Nara was really cool.
Yeah, so at first we went to Nara where we saw the deers.
I love those.
Yes, this was really amazing and beautiful, and we also fed them.
That was fun.
Yes, and in Nara we also went to the temple where there was a big Buddha statue. That was really interesting. Cool. And what else did we do there? We got some traditional mochi with red bean paste inside.
Which you would have seen in the clip before. I ate them. My cousin tricked me into eating them. They were something else.
Yes, I think that's the best way to describe it. What did we do after Nara? We
went to that golden pavilion, didn't we?
Was this directly after?
No, we went for lunch. No, we did Fushimi.
Yes.
Fushimi first. Oh my god.
Yes, that was the big Shinto temple with the torii gates. That was really beautiful. That was
I love
also
that.
Something else.
Yeah,
that was really beautiful. Yeah.
And then we ate.
Yeah. Then we went to the golden.
Yeah. The Golden Temple was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to go in it. We just walked past it. Around it.
We just walked around it.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. The trees were really beautiful in the middle.
Yes, I agree. And then we went into like 2 different forests suddenly.
Yes, the first one was called Kimono Forest.
That was nice.
And it was basically like a train station where there were pillars, I think they're called, where there are like kimonos.
And we saw so many cool designs, didn't we? With like skeletons and dragons. And yeah, that was cool.
And then we went into a bamboo forest, which was an actual forest.
That was also awesome.
Bamboos, that was really awesome. And it was also really big, like apparently that was on the one side of the bridge, and apparently on the other side of the bridge. Yes, you could. We did not do that, but there's the possibility to hike like upwards for 30 minutes.
And then after you have to still get a card, they said, right, to be able to get to the location. No?
For one of those things, but it's like a lot of hiking upwards, which was impossible for her.
Yeah, no. At one point, my cousin was like, "I'm up for it. Let's do a half an hour hike." Then later, she was like, "Yeah, maybe not."
Yes, so there is also like the monkey park and I don't know what it's called, but it's also like a bamboo forest. But there are like lots of old statues there with covered with moss.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
I've seen the pictures,
I'll
but
have to
we
see
weren't
them.
able to go
No.
there. It would have been too much.
But yeah, we did a lot. Thank you to my cousin for joining me and my aunt as well. As you can see, I'm on my futon bed right now. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for a tea ceremony.
Bye.
Bye bye.